Wembenyama. And it's Dennis Rodman. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Juzang in at the two-guard spot. And for Minnesota, top of the forward, it'll be McDaniels and Randall. The guard pair will be Conley and Edwards. And it's Gobert in at the 5 down low.
Well, when you're the size of Gobert, you're already...
Whoa!
And putting some power behind it. Nicely done.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Timberwolves. McDaniels outside. Now Randall. Shot clock at 5. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And the rejection by Wembenyama. Fires for 3. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. To the right side. Conley with a wide open look. They get the rebound. Bucket is good.
A smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
Stolen by McDaniels. Driving in.
Well, he knew the defense would be there when he started the drive. He expected the contact.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of this. The first free throw is good.
A defensive ace. Jaden McDaniels gets the toughest perimeter assignment every night, using his length, athleticism, and effort to frustrate opponents.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for the Timberwolves.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Randall passes to McDaniels. Randall against Wembenyama. Pass to DiVincenzo. McDaniels gets a wide open look. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's SGA. Misses from short range. Outside Conley. And here's Edwards. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards. Taking the contact, but staying committed to his finish.
Here's Irving. Behind the back and lays it in. Irving's got his second basket of the game.
And they don't call him the ankle taker for nothing. Crazy handles from Kyrie.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. McDaniels outside. For 3, sinks the three-pointer.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Minnesota making a switch. Gobert's checked in. McDaniels gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. Rose kicks to Williamson. Beyond the arc. Juzang, good.
That's a good find from Zion, showing off his vision there.
There's 1:54 left to play here in the first. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Randall. The shot, no good. Juzang passes to Hill. The kick out to Rose. Oh, and then jammed by Rose.
And when Rose goes on the attack, he stays on the attack, fights his way through the contact.
Randall down low, covered by Williamson. Williamson against Randall. 4 on the shot clock. Over Williamson. Randall no good. And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense.
And that one's good, Williamson.
Well, the three ball hasn't been a featured component of Zion's game, but with work, he can become capable from there.
40 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Randall. Good, and the assist goes to Edwards.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Rose goes in, and he gets it to go. Rose has got 6 points.
And Rose proving already to be a relentless competitor, excellent at finding ways to finish inside.
Minnesota trails by 3. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Hands it from downtown.
Well, he saw some daylight and fired away.
Rose with the ball. 6 points for him. Over Conley. Can't connect from 14 feet out. It's the end of the first with a tie game here, and already these offenses are clicking. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
Yeah, it's the kind of offense every coach loves to see. Selfless and smart.
Randall and Reed holding down the post spots. Then it's Gillingham. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Shannon in at the 2 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Irving's gone 3 for 3 from the floor. Pass to Shannon. Six to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. The kick out to Irving. That's good, and SGA with the assist. Irving's got 5 points now this quarter.
And Irving can change the course of a game with his ability to shoot the 3.
Minnesota trails by 5. Pass to DiVincenzo. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Harden drops one in down low.
And what control from Harden inside, adjusting his shot perfectly for that short-range make.
And so it's Randall bringing it up now for Minnesota. Here's Shannon. Reed with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Shannon passes to Randall. No good again that time.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Harden trying to get open, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands how to draw contact, especially when he's looking to score.
This is his first free throw of the game. And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Edwards, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. That free throw good from SGA.
And this guy just does everything. Scores, passes, good rebounder. Just an all-around terrific basketball player.
Edwards against Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, my word. You can't play much tougher interior defense than that.
Wembanyama, right side. Second chance shot. Gilgeous-Alexander with great positioning inside.
An expert at getting into the lane and creating havoc. SGA.
Minnesota trails by 11. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Randall down low, working on Rodman. It's good.
Well, Randall doesn't back down from physical coverage. In fact, he welcomes the challenge.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Can't get it to fall. Gilgeous-Alexander's gone 1 of 3 on the night. To the wing right side. Dillingham, no good. Here's Rose. Dillingham with the rebound.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
Three-pointer, Randall. Rodman with the rebound. Randall's gone 2 for 6 from the floor so far. 18 feet out, and he drops that one in. SGA's got 6 in the quarter.
And he had a good look, and Gilgeous-Alexander made it pay off.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. .132 left in the second quarter. Here's Ingles. Makes the most of the high percentage shot. Ingles has got his first bucket in this one.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Minnesota trails by 9. Conley scanning the floor. Pass to Edwards. 5 to shoot. Bosh grabs the miss.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
Irving misses. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Outside Edwards. Pass to Conley. The 3. Chris Bosh with the rebound. Irving against Conley. Outside Irving. Yeah, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
And we've finished one half of basketball. Up by 11. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Here's who Chauncey Billups will start the second half with. Wembanyama's out there with Hill. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Rose. And it's Rodman in at the 3 slot. Now here's Randall. Edwards with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. Rebound by Rose. Edwards gone 2 for 5 tonight. Rose goes in, up and in on the layup. Rose has got 8.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Here's Conley, following the score by Derrick Rose. Conley, the pass to Edwards. Rose against Conley. Over in the corner, Edwards. Over SGA. Rebound by Grant Hill.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option.
And when you get physical with Gilgeous-Alexander, you really have to hit him, or else he just powers through that contact.
And here's Edwards. He has 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The rebound by Edwards. Minnesota trails by 17. Over in the corner, Conley. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Hill dishes to Rose. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Michael Conley picks one up.
And already, Rose may be the most athletic point guard in the league. Amazing quickness to go with that leaping ability.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Shannon's checked in. He's off on the first.
And you gotta love watching Rose play the game. His intense style can be infectious out there, and I think it really does elevate his teammates.
Edwards with a physical finish inside.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
For Minnesota, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Well, you know, Anthony Edwards has one of the highest motors we've seen. His relentlessness throughout the length of the game is just exceptional. He wears out the entire opposing team.
Here's Conley. James Harden picking up that last basket. Inside. And Randall throws it down.
Emphatic finish by Randall. I love when he's forceful around the hoop.
Harden against Edwards. Good work there as it goes. Harden's got 6.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Minnesota trails by 16. Outside Conley. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. For 3, Edwards. Rodman grabs the rebound. Edwards gotten 3 of his 8 shots to go, around 37%, and it's good for 2.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
So it's Minnesota now. And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
Reed, he's checked in for Minnesota. Dillingham comes in for Michael Conley.
Substitution on the court.
1:42 left in the third quarter of the game. out to the right wing. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Here's Williamson. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. He's got 5.
Well, that contact does nothing to Zion. He's just way too strong.
.121 left to play in the third. Pass to Shannon. And here's Randall. Here's Dillingham. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Reed with a screen on Irving. Dillingham. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Well, I don't love him taking that shot, especially with the defense right there.
Irving misses. Minnesota trails by 20. Now Dillingham. No scoring in this one. Kicks it out to Harden. Three-pointer. A rebound by the Timberwolves. And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
Well, I mean, you really feel for him. I mean, and the entire team. Just, you got to hope for the best.
Yeah, this can bring a team together. Guys can step up and try to pick up the slack for an injured teammate.
Give yourself a round of applause.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 6. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Delivering the blowout. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. We've got Randall. Dillingham is out there with Clark. And it's Joe Ingles. It's Beringer in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Step back and squared up.
You guys take as many mid-range jumpers as Randall, the lefty. Very confident from this area.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Minnesota trails by 20. Randall outside. Ingles against Williamson. Ingles kicks to Randall. Pass to Clark. Over SGA. No good from Clark. And here is Wallace. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Pulls it up. And Beringer pulls it down. And so it's Minnesota with it. Here's Dillingham. Pass to Ingles. Randall with the ball. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. They are enjoying a commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Now here's Harden. Over in the corner, Rose. And the dunk by Rose.
And without question, Derrick Rose is one of the most athletic players the league has ever seen. Right there, reminding us just what he can do.
Rose has gotten 5 shots to fall in 8 attempts. Pass to Gobert. Edwards looking it over. For the three. It's rebounded by Bosch. Edwards got 3 of his 9 shots to fall. Here's Juzang. Kicks it out to Harden. Three-pointer. Rebound, Minnesota. Over in the corner, Edwards. And it's sent back by Bosch.
Oh, using that length on defense, Bosch positioning himself well to come up with the block.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Here's Edwards, and there's the dunk.
Well, that was unbelievable. Not many guys can do what Ant-Man just did.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
And here's Rose. There's the drive, and Rose throws it down hard.
They're in total. Command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're trailing by 20. And now it's time for our presentation of the player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Sensational game for him in terms of shooting efficiency. He's taken nothing but high percentage shots. That's how he's managed to hit over 60% from the field. I mean, making just about everything he's looked at.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. There's 1:54 left to play here in the fourth. Randall passes to Conley. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
At the line for one.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
Now here's Randall. Lets it go with a 3. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. He gets that one.
This is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Out to Edwards from past the arc. Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. Edwards gone 1 of 5 from deep. Here's SGA. Makes it off the glass. SGA's got 10 points here in the second half.
And moving with such speed, the quickness of SGA's drives, something to admire.
Now Conley. Left side, Edwards. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down. Randall's gotten 6 of his 11 attempts to go in so far from the field, shooting almost 55%. Here's SGA, and the shot goes in.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up. It's stolen by Wembanyama.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Bosch. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
And Bosch, so tough to stop when he gets that kind of position down low, forcing the D to foul.
He hits both from the stripe. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Timberwolves. There's 31 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Just 4 to shoot. Releases. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. And it's Rose penetrating, and he makes good on the layup.
And when he sets his mind to it, Derrick Rose is able to attack and finish through contact about as well as anybody in our league.
Outside Conley. And so the road team gets the W in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Along with Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for joining us for this one on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.